Let's go here with creation of banks. Okay, we'll create this bank, and then we'll go ahead with some other payment setups, and then we'll start with accounts payables transactions. Okay, we'll try to create few banks. Okay, we go to cash and bank management, go to common, and click on these bank accounts. If you remember, we have created few bank ledger accounts. Okay. In this bank, we are not going to create any group and assign only single ledger account basing on the group of banks. Okay. Always you must make sure each bank account is connected to one single main account. Okay. Always remember, now we have seen list of vendors, or all the vendors are connected to only one single ledger account. Don't do that one with your bank ledger accounts. Okay, if you are having 100 ledger, bank accounts, if your company is having 100 bank accounts, you must create 100 different ledger accounts. Don't create only one single ledger account or two single ledger accounts and represent that vendor balances to all the list of all the bank balances of all the banks with one single or two ledger accounts. Okay, so that is not acceptable. Okay, because it is going to represent a net cash. Always bankers or investors or companies, they wanted to see what is the net cash available in each bank and where it is available. Okay, in which bank it is available. They wanted to see it very, very clearly. That's why we are going to create bank account with each main account. Okay, so let me creation of a bank account. Okay, go to cash and bank management, common bank accounts, and click on new bank account. Okay, go to currency management, first tab. Okay, just go here. You have a list of banks. So bank ledger accounts, we are going to create 5 different banks. Okay, because we already have 5 bank ledger accounts. Okay, just go here, select Bank of America. I have selected. Okay, okay. Always remember this main account. You have to select your main account. Other things are optional. Okay, I am not going into details of other things. That are all the list will be provided by the banker or your company. You can update them. Next one is Chase Bank. Okay, and we are going to study few concepts around this. First, let me create these banks, and then we'll start discussion. Okay. So now let's go to TD Bank. Okay, just creation of all the bank accounts. Okay. I'm just creating for every bank. I'm creating new bank account, right? Okay, you have to do it like this only until your client asks for it. Though your client asks for same ledger account to represent for the banks, as a consultant, you should explain him what will the consequences if you have that. and you should make sure you are not going to you are not going to practice his suggestion. Okay, you have to be very clear, and you should tell them that it is not advisable to have one ledger account representing multiple bank balances. Okay, HSBC Bank. And last bank, HDFC Bank. Okay. Okay. So now we have created all the banks' ledger accounts, all the banks with its respective ledger accounts. If you even suppose if HDFC Bank or you have your company where you're implementing, they are having HSBC Bank with different branches, but same bank. Are you going to associate the main account to all the branches of the same bank?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you understand what I'm trying to ask?
All the branches, you don't have any branch
Suppose
with your name. They are separate, yeah.
HSBC, HSBC Bank Toronto, HSBC Bank Montreal. Okay, you're having two different branches. Okay, and company is having accounts in both the branches. Are you going to create separate main accounts for them, or are you going to associate only one single ledger account for the two branches? Okay, of the bank.
We associate it to the same ledger account, yeah.
Okay. How about Ivan and Praveen? What you are going to do?
I think it's the same ledger account.
How about Praveen?
Uh, I think this same ledger account.
Okay. Suppose HSBC Bank Montreal, HSBC Bank Toronto. Okay. You are going to create bank accounts separately, and you are going to create separate main accounts. Okay. Don't club only one main account to two different branches. Okay. Because the bank balance of Montreal and bank balance of Toronto will be different, and they are no way dependent. Okay, so because these are the ledger accounts, they are going to represent balances of your banks in your balance sheet. Okay, so if I take only one single ledger account, it is going to represent both the bank balances in only one single ledger account. If someone wanted to know what is the bank balance of Montreal, then you have no answer. You have to go back here and you have to see what is the balance of this bank, and then you have to inform. Rather, when you keep separate ledger account, you are going to have very specific information of that specific bank account details. Am I clear?
Yeah.
So always remember, no ledger account, especially when it comes to the banks, no single ledger account should represent multiple balances of your banks. Okay? Hope I am very clear here. Now, for every bank, okay, in Accepta, you have an option to generate checks. Okay, so you are going to configure, okay, checks for each bank, and you can able to generate checks online, and you can also print those checks. Okay, every one of you know the option of printing a check. Okay, long ago we never used to have any option like this, but since several years, okay, we have this option of printing of checks. Okay, through any ERP. Many ERPs, they have this option of printing checks from this. So now we are going to configure checks and their layouts, and then we are going to generate checks and print these checks online. Okay. Now setting up of checks. Okay. Go to the setup. Okay. Go to the setup tab in action pane and click on this check layout. Okay. Once again, if you're writing down the path, okay, you have to write down the path. Okay. That helps you. Go to bank accounts, cash and bank management, common bank accounts. Go to setup tab in action pane and click on check layout in layout group. Okay. Click on the check. Okay. Here you're going to configure your check layout. Okay. Remember, these are the two options which you have: free and fixed check. What is meant by free check? What is meant by fixed check? Okay.
I think fixed checks would be checks that you already have in print, and free checks would be checks you're going to create online.
Okay. What exactly meant by this creation online?
Like through AX.
Sorry?
Like free would be ones that you're going to create through AX, based on printing.
Okay. Okay. How about Praveen and Solomon? Okay. Let me talk about on this. Okay. For the benefit of Ivan, what you said is absolutely correct. Okay. Let me discuss for the benefit of others also. Free check and fixed check. What is this free check and fixed check? Okay. In real-time business scenarios, okay, one of the reasons you have this free check and fixed check is what Ivan has said. Okay. There are certain other business reasons why people use this free check and fixed check. Okay. First, let me explain why it is used, and later I will talk about how this is going to have its impact. Okay. Normal, by the way, Ivan and Salman, you have free checks in Canada or you have only fixed checks in Canada?
I think there's both.
No, I'm not talking about what you use. In Canada, you have a free checks also. Are they are in use, or because I know in my US implementations, I've seen people we can use free, but I never came across whether it is in Europe or any other countries. People, okay, they use this free for different option, but especially for the creation of checks, they don't have such options. Do you have even Canada also?
I'm not exactly sure.
Okay, I don't think you have
Yeah.
in Canada. This okay. Okay, so especially if you come across these US implementations, okay, if you come across this in US implementations, in US you have free option, okay, but and I have not seen any other country, okay. We have implemented in Australia and Dubai and in Europe and in USA. I was part of Canada, but I never seen any company using this free check except in USA. Okay, but I am not sure whether they have those options. Okay, where banker allows those options or not. But free check is typically it is for US implementation, and you don't find anywhere in the world. Okay, that's what we can safely conclude. But if you find, then you also do it. But what is this free check and fixed check? Okay, fixed check means you have a check and you have all the pre-printed details on the check. Okay, you have a check and you have pre-printed details already printed on the check. Okay, and in the fields you are going to just update the details and you are going to give check to any other person. Okay, but that is called fixed check. Fixed check means on a check paper you have already pre-printed details. Okay, payee name, amount field, address, amount in words, and signature column, and your check number and the routing number, and also you have MICR code and date. Everything, those are all or these details are printed, and only thing you need to do is you have to fill the fields of those respective details. Okay, that is called as fixed check. Okay, free check means you have a simple check paper. Okay, free check means you have a simple free check paper. Okay, where in US you can purchase a simple uh, check paper, and you can print all the details, including the pre-printed details, as per by taking approval from the bank, and you can print all those details in on your check, and you get a blank check paper. Okay, you have a complete blank check paper where you don't where it is not available elsewhere. Okay, I am not sure in Canada, but as per discussion with one of Solomon, I think you also don't find any check paper there. Okay, and this on this check paper, if you are selecting this free option, you can configure even the pre-printed details, and by taking approval from the bank, and you are going to print those details on a blank check paper, and you are going to process your checks. Okay, that is advantage of free check when it is comes into your configuration. I'm going to configure, okay, one free check and all others has a fixed check. Okay, and I will also tell how this free check is used in different scenarios for even a pre-printed check. Okay, I am going to explain. Okay, it is not always okay for a blank check paper to print your pre-printed details. You are going to use this option called free. You can also use this option for the pre-printed check also. Okay, you can also use this option for pre-printed check, but I would like to explain how, in what scenarios it is going to be used, and why people try to use this kind of option. Okay, I will explain you little later. Okay, when we are doing our business transaction, but let us concentrate what is the how to configure if it is a fixed check, and how to configure if it is a free check. Okay, presently I am going to configure only one free check and all others fixed. Okay, let me go to fixed. By the way, every one of you understand what is fixed and free? Even Praveen and Solomon.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead with this. How about Praveen? Is it
Yes.
clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go with fixed one. Okay. Fixed one means you already have those pre-printed details are printed on your check paper. Okay. So here you have by default in Standard you have various check formats. Okay. But let me explain you something important on this US check format. Okay. In US check format, if you have seen, you have a stub. Okay. Every one of you know what is meant by a stub. There is something difference between a stub and a check. Yep.
Don't know.
Do you, okay.
Stub
How
is
about Salman?
paycheck, yeah?
Sorry?
Stub is just, for salary payments,
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. How about Ivan?
I'm with Solomon.
Okay. Okay. Especially this stub, this one, it is specific to US. Okay. And of course, this slowly these guys in India also they started using this in recent past, but I'm not sure whether they started using in Canada. Solomon, I think you get a stub or a check.
I get stuck.
Okay. In okay, in Canada also we use it. Okay. If you go to this US check format, you have a stub. Okay. This stub is what exactly I mean by this stub is you have a check in between, and above and below portion of a check you have a stub, and this stub contains the details of the invoices for which they are going to pay. Okay. Especially this is used for salaries or check payments. Okay. And it is not only for employees salaries they pay or for the consultant salaries they also pay for your vendors also. Okay. How this is going to be useful? Suppose you are having two invoices, you have submitted two invoices to your vendors, sorry, to the company, and company wanted to pay against these two invoices. Okay. So one invoice, okay, invoice one, okay, it has amount of 8,000 US dollars, and invoice two, it has around 2,000 US dollars. Now they wanted to pay you 10,000 US dollars check. Okay. So in the stub, it will show the two invoice details. Okay. When you have purchased, okay, when is the due date, and who is the vendor, okay, and what is the amount, what is the discount offer, what is the net amount they are paying, okay, all the details, okay, you find those details in your stub. Okay. And they have two stubs. One stub will be detached and attached to the company, and other stub and check will be sent to the vendor or to the consultant, and the consultant, what he's going to do is they are going to detach from the stub, and he understands that the check is paid for these detailed invoices, so that it becomes very clear against which invoices we are receiving the payment. Okay. That's how this stub is going to be very, very useful. Okay. Am I clear or any questions?
Yeah,
If I am
clear.
not clear, please let me know. I can explain you in different way. Ivan, Praveen, and Solomon.
It's clear, but again, is it not possible to pair up, using the two separate checks instead of a stub?
It's your wish, okay, how you wanted to configure. Okay. It's your wish how you wanted to configure this one here. But it is always suggested, okay, suggested is paying through a stub. That gives a very clear picture to your vendors, so that you can able to communicate to your vendors very clearly against which invoices you are making payment.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So whenever you are configuring your tab, okay, what you are going to do is you are going to measure the length of your check. Okay.
Remind
This
me.
is very, very, very important. And exactly whatever the length of the check you have measured, you have to enter that length of the check, paper length here. Okay. If you are not entering the same length, okay, that becomes very conflicting, and it may not fit in the fields the exact data.
Remind.
Okay. That's why it's very important for you to measure exactly what is the length of the check, and take up exactly what is the length of the check you are going to you have measured, and enter the same paper length. Okay. Let me explain you one real time scenario where this has happened almost 6 years back, or 6 or 7 years back. Okay. That is with early implementation of 2009. Okay. So what exactly happened? Okay, let me explain this. Okay, so uh, there was one US company. They wanted to go ahead with this stub implementation, and the technical they have sent the stub to their implementation team, and they have asked them to configure the check, and then they wanted them to go ahead with the printing of a check. Okay, what they have done is they have seen the very big length of the check, okay, with the stub, and the consultant, the finance consultant, what he has done is, because the length of the check is very big and they never seen that stub before, and what they have thought is this length of the check is bigger, so they asked the technical consultant behind the screen, they asked it technically, they asked them to increase the length of the check by 270 mm. So what this technical guy, what he has done without studying or without analyzing, basing on the functional consulting guy, he has he has made behind in under the behind the screen, he has extrapolated this check up to 270 mm. Okay, by doing that, what happened is the stubs which are above the check, they got disappeared. Only this check got elongated, and it became up to 270 mm. Okay, this is very very important. Okay, and when they start printing, okay, the stub details are not getting printed, and only the check details are getting printed, and everyone, they have already forgotten that they have extended behind the screen manually. Okay, and client is expected to go live in the month of January, and they started okay, phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 successfully they have implemented, and it went live and in the month of September, and phase 2 has started with only few functionalities left out. And this client, he said to them very clearly, they have in phase 2 that check has to be printed properly, because the stub details are not getting printed. And these guys, they have implemented all the functionalities except a check. And the client told them very clearly, in the month of October, they told them they have completed all the functionalities, and they have taken almost 1.5 years for the implementation and worked hard for 1.5 years. And this check they are not able to, they have because they have forgotten that they have elongated behind the screen this check, and they forgot to enter this one here in configuration, and they started developing a parallel code for the generation of check. And they have hired a separate architect, and they asked them to look into this issue. That architect, what he started doing was, he started writing the separate code for the generation of check, because the standard AX is not working. And client has given a deadline, November first week. If check is not working, and we are going to scrap the project. And December first week has come, and these guys, they did not notice it properly, and they have doing separate coding and all the stuff. And at last they have given us a call, and they said, we are having this problem, and can you help us? And then when we see the system, in just 2 minutes we have given them answer, but for which they are almost struggling for 45 days. And within 45 days they were expected to give answer, but end of the 45th day they have given the answer to the client. By the time client was really pissed off with the system, and this client has scrapped complete project, and they have not paid bills to the company. Okay, they have worked very hard, and they have implemented all the functionalities. Implementing all the functionalities as per the client is not an easy task, and they have worked hard very much. But when at the end of the day, because of this simple setup, they could not able to do it properly, they lost the project. Okay, why I'm trying to tell this example here? Because if you, as a functional consultant, if you do a small mistake, okay, and that is going to cost even complete project. Okay, so this is very very important, and you should take care of it. And this incident has caused one company to lose complete one project, some lakhs of rupees project. They have lost it. Okay, so that is the significance of this stuff. Okay, so that's why what you are going to do is you have to exactly measure the length of the stub, and you're going to enter the length of the stub in this length field, paper length field. Okay, any questions here?
No, clear.
Okay.
Yeah, I cannot see the screen now. It's
Yeah, it's even I also, it is a little grayed out from its side. Okay. 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 Now you are able to see
Yeah.
270 mm. Okay. Normally it ranges from 270, 71 to 72. It going to range around that. Okay. And the starting point is going to be 90 mm. How many stub copies you are going to have? You are going to have 2 stub copies. What is the prefix before your check amount is USD. Okay. Click on the first tab. Check this bank account, bank name, bank number, and also company name. And if you wanted company logo to be printed, you can also check your company logo, but I'm not going to choose company logo at this moment. Codes here. Codes, we are going to use these options. We are going to purely use only if we are using a free check, not for fixed check, because these details are already printed on the fixed check. Okay. So, and go to the signature. You can use print first signature or print second signature. Okay. You can use these signatures. And if you wanted 2 signatures and authorization, okay, hope you know, right? Signature 1, the limitation, and signature 2, you have higher limits. Okay. In your management, for the finance manager, he can approve up to $50,000. And if you are paying more than $50,000, then you require other person's signature also, authority to approve that. Okay. So here, first check is only up to 10,000. Okay. First check and print second signature. If this guy, he's going to have around 50,000 limit. Okay.
ఏముందా
50,000 US dollars. Okay. And you have options for automatic
Other
printing of signature. You also have options for automatic printing of your signature. To bring automatic printing of signature on your check, okay, click on the signature button here, and you get this form, and click on change. Okay, and you take, with the help of joystick, you can create a signature and save on your desktop. And by clicking on the change, it will ask you for the path. Okay. Okay, it is asking for the path. And okay, I made one dummy signature. Okay, this is the signature I have made, dummy signature. Okay, and this is the signature you can bring onto your check. Okay, that is how you can bring on your dummy signature, and that is how you can bring, whenever you print a check through this Bank of America, this signature is going to be printed on your check. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any question? Ivan, Praveen, and Solomon.
No.
Okay, I'm going to configure tomorrow for all these checks. I'm going to explain some impact of this printing a dummy signature. You are going to do same thing with your company logo also. Okay, the way you have brought the signature, you can use company logo, but that is not really very significant at this moment. Okay, so I'm going to explain if you're using by default dummy signature, what are the impacts and how that has been addressed, and all those little few more business scenarios I'm going to discuss tomorrow, and then we'll try to complete bank accounts configuration and we'll create few checks. And tomorrow we'll discuss about some payment setups, and then we start our vendor transactions and payments. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. Tomorrow our agenda is creation of this check layouts and check numbers and impact. We are going to discuss some impact analysis of this, and later we are also going to discuss about some payment setups tomorrow. If you are done with those things, then we can start creating our postings from tomorrow onwards. Okay.
Okay, great.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Ivan, Praveen, and Solomon. Then we'll see you again tomorrow.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Tomorrow 3:30 a.m. CET. We are going to join. We are going to have meeting again. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thanks for your time, and catch up tomorrow again. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Hi, Avinash and Dylan.